Our message today from the Lord, message also to those candidates and catechumens. Message is watch. Watch. Now, it's clear from the gospel that means primarily watch yourself. Don't be asleep when the Lord comes. He will come. He will come. Don't be asleep. I know you know that. Many of our brothers and sisters who are Catholics don't really know that. That is, unfortunately, just as most Catholics do not believe that Christ is really present in the Eucharist, most Catholics do not believe in life after death. If you say, do you believe in life after death? They'll say yes. Then you say, do you live as though there is life after death and you will be judged? The answer would be no. And that's true to some extent for all of us. We do not live as though judgment is coming at certain times in our life. We are asleep. And if the Lord comes, He will find us asleep and not watching. But there's another level of watching of which I want to remind you today. And it was never more clear to me than the one time I was actually in Rome for midnight Mass with St. John Paul II. And we had just heard the first reading about the watchman in the vineyard who was watching. And what did St. John Paul say? He said, we heard the watchman responding to the cries of the passers-by. They would shout out, the Hebrew word construction says, what of the night? That is, how much of the night is left? That is, what time is it? That's what the watchman in the vineyard had as his major job, in addition to the protection of the vineyard. To be available to the travelers to tell them what time it was, because they sure didn't have an eye watch. And St. John Paul said, behold, I proclaim midnight. Just like the watchman is supposed to tell the time. He said in some parts of the world, midnight has already come and gone. In other parts of the world, midnight is still awaited. But for every time and for every place, I proclaim midnight, for I am the watchman of the mysteries of God. I am the Bishop of Rome. Someone said to me afterwards, what did you think of that homily? I said, I got goosebumps. I said, that's at the more serious level. I said, from a more humorous point of view, I thought to myself, well, St. John Paul certainly doesn't have an identity crisis. I am the watchman of the mysteries of God. He cried out, I am the Bishop of Rome. He guides the church, and together, you and I, through baptism, confirmation, the Eucharist, through the sacraments of initiation, we are called to be sentinels, sub-watchmen of the mysteries of God. And that's why your time in preparation for baptism, confirmation, and the Eucharist is so important. Because insofar as human understanding can go, and it can't go that far, you are called to know the mysteries of God, to speak about them in the words that the Lord gives us, even if you don't know what those words mean, and to be the guard of the mysteries of God. Today, the church needs very carefully to be the watchman of the mysteries of God, which are under attack from every direction. It's important that we all know what they are. That means it's important that we go to the catechism, but not only learn some words, but through prayer, allow those mysteries to take a hold of us. Now, we're only going to be able to do that if we watch ourselves first, so that we're not found to be sleeping when the Lord comes. And He comes so many times, in so many ways each day, as He will surely come to judge the living and the dead at the end. So when we hear that Advent warning, watch. Watch out for yourself. Watch out for the church and the wonderful mysteries which she proclaims, which, as I say, are under attack from practically every direction. Be really faithful to the mysteries of Christ that we celebrate here. Praise be Jesus Christ.